Hi guys, what's up, what's down, sideways? James here for Chronic Fatigue Syndrome, my friend, my enemy, my constant companion. Day 84. Not gonna lie to you, I really wasn't wanting to make a video today. I am sleepy. Kind of, that's the wrong word. Yeah, but wasn't wanting to make a video, but I saw a post today. What did it say? Today or yesterday, and it was this person, and they said, you know, I know the support groups are all about us sharing and expressing ourselves, but after knowing what I've gone through and what I see everyone else going through, does anyone ever just ask, what's the point? Why bother going on? And I thought, like, wow. That's a human being who's in a bad place right now. And I thought, I'll make a video, like, today's video can be on that. So I'm going to give my experience, my thoughts. So their thing was, you know, what's the point? Why bother going on? And I don't know about other people, except other than what they express, but it does come up quite a fair bit, the question of what is the point? You know, why bother waking up each day just to do this every day? And I like to equate it to normal people, because so life is the prison or the garden of your own making. And so a normal person can, you know, wake up to go to work, to manage to make money, to pay the bills, and then go home and crash at night, and then repeat, and then maybe do something on the weekend and dread the coming week or something like that. So that's a normal person, and they might like get to the point where like, what is the point? It is a cycle of drudgery. And when you're not well, and you've got your body attacking you, your mind attacking you, or what feels like your mind, sorry, your emotional state. So your physical state's not well, your emotional state's not well. What's the point? And so me personally, whenever I come across it, I think it's a really good question, but the answer is always better coming from when you're not in an emotional state. Because when you're feeling really bad, if someone says, what's the point, unless you can unless you've got a little, like, it squirreled away where you're like, this is the answer I give for when I'm really bad, to keep me going for when I'm really bad, so that I can get through to when I'm not really bad. And unless you've got that set in place, you know, you're likely to go, you know what, there really is no point. But that might not be your answer when you're feeling good. So if anyone's ever feeling suicidal, then my response is always go talk to somebody who knows how to listen appropriately. Because you don't want to go talk to someone and they go like, oh, I don't see what you're complaining about, or oh, you got so much to live for, or, you know, oh, it's just in your head, or oh, things will get better. Because those aren't necessarily the things that you want nor need to hear. And so it's always better to talk with someone who's trained in that area. So an expert in that field is always the best person to go talk to over someone who isn't. You know, if your appendix are about to explode, you don't go see your herbalist. You go to the hospital and they will perform a surgery and fix you up. If you've been hit by a car, you don't want to go and see your chemist unless your chemist is going to perform first aid, call an ambulance, get the paramedics there to take you to hospital. You see where I'm going with this one? So if you need to see someone, like if you need to see a psychologist, you don't go and see a foot doctor. So you go to the appropriately trained person for your specific needs. So if you're not feeling too good up here, you may just need to talk with someone who can give you the tools. That may be a psychologist. Some counselors, I'm very wary. I've met like one good counselor in all the years in this field, so that doesn't mean they're not out there. It's just I've met some doozies. So go see a psychologist. They will give you the tools for your brain. If you've got a foot problem, go see a foot doctor. If you've got a problem with your... So go see the appropriate person. So if you ever get to the point where like, this is too much, I don't see an end, and you can't necessarily wait until you get to the slightly better place where you can make a more rational kind of like argument to help you out, then yeah, go see someone who has the appropriate tools to help you, because you're worth it. You're so worth it. And just because you have chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia syndrome doesn't mean that you're not worth the time to go and talk to somebody. And depending on what country you're in, like in my local area, you can get the doctor will refer you to one of those healthcare specialists, so it won't end up costing you too much out of pocket as well, because money can also be a thing. But you got to remember, guys, money is a renewable resource. Your life is not. Your life is far more valuable than the money you possess. Your life is singular. Dollars, you come and go. You can always get it back. So, if you think that you're the only one who's feeling like, why bother? Just to let you know, you're not. If you feel like you really can't see an out, then go and talk to an appropriate person. Past that point, it's always got to be up to you. My suggestion, which is something I do with myself all the time, and other people that I have spoken with chronic illnesses that have helped them, is when you're emotional, when you're in that really bad way, don't make decisions. That is not the time for decision making. But that when you feel your worst, that's when you're going to be most vulnerable to making a decision that another time you might go like, I wouldn't have done that. And a lot of people think that you wait till you're in that situation before you start making that decision. And it's not true. Ideally, you'd practice making that choice when you're in the good place. Like, okay, I'm here right now. I know that this is a place that I will return to. I want to move from this place, keep going. So next time I feel really bad, I'm going to remember that there is a place that I feel better, and that it will cycle around to it. And even having that written down, or a little video to yourself, or just in your memory, can really help, because pain is all-inclusive while you're experiencing it. When you're not experiencing it, we tend to forget about it. We have like a phantom memory of it, so that we can be aware of it next time and be wary of it to try and avoid it. But it ghosts, it fades away. Which is why when you are feeling really bad, you might make a decision, and then when you're feeling better, you go, oh, that's not what I would have done. I can see that sometimes we have to make decisions in really bad times of our life. But if you don't have to make a decision, then it's been my experience, it's better to put it off until you're in a better place. And that doesn't have to mean the best place, but better sometimes is enough for you to make a more informed decision. So if you're ever at the point where you're like, you know, I just don't see the point, strike up a conversation with someone. Call a help hotline. They're usually free, or cost the cost of a text. Go see a psychologist, and they can help give you the tools. Or have a or have a conversation with someone who you know doesn't drown in misery and will pull you down further. But it's really awful, guys. There are people out there as well who are experiencing it. I would not be surprised that every person with CFS at some point goes, what's the point? But you are very, very worth life. You are very, very worth the time and effort to help you feel better. And yeah, it's awful, but you're not alone. Even though we're alone, we're not alone in that other people experience it. And you have to find the reason for waking up in the morning. And that will always be your reason and not someone else. Someone else might be your reason, but it has to be your reason to get up, you know? So thank you very much for letting me share this. It is a little bit over the top. I do apologize. I'm brain today, but that's day 84. If you'd like to comment or ask a question or introduce yourself, do so below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the little notification button. Thank you very much for letting me share today.